Hey y'all, SEMA 2015, and I got probably one of the coolest 71 Corvettes you'll ever see. This video might run a little long because it's got so many cool features on it, and then you can't get them all in 2 or 3 minutes, you know? So anyways, let me get Jeff run down and we'll take a quick look at it. Jeff, thanks so much for giving me time to shoot this car, brother.
No problem.
I know it's SEMA and it's busy, and I've been talking about this since I ran into you and you started telling me a little bit about the car. Let's start here at the front. Tell me what kind of body mods you've done there.
We've got about 100, 105 exterior modifications on the outside of this thing. So it's all a bunch of subtle nips and tucks. It's nothing like, right in your face. All the front grill's been completely CNC machined. So you don't have the big flip up headlights like you had in the original C3 Corvettes. Of course, when we modified all that stuff and modernized it, then the fender grills also had to be made to match, so that design, kind of flows around the whole car. We integrated the LED turn signals in the front and also on the fender, kind of like you see in the new Audis and stuff like that.
I love that. And it's still like the 71, that generation of grill, right?
Yeah. You still kind of get that egg crate look, but now we elongated the spears and all that, kind of made it look like it's going fast, when it's sitting still. So.
And they would have been Stingrays back then, and
Stingrays.
So now you got this new Stingray emblem.
Yeah, so we actually went with the name Stingray on it. So, and we kind of brought all that flair in, custom emblems all around to bring that in. The gas cap, it's got the Stingray.
Right.
Even in the back, instead of saying Corvette in the back, we changed that to the Stingray with the new fonts and LED tail lights. So everything in the car is completely modernized, but we tried to keep the outside looking, you want to still know it's a 71 Corvette.
Well, the thing about it is there's cars out there that you really don't need to make many changes to because they're cool when they come from the factory, right? And this generation Vet, I'm sweet on them. I think they're sweet, but you've gone in and you've just touched everything up, tucked your bumpers, made everything fit a little bit better, smooth things out. Target top, you did a lot, but yet I don't think you stepped over the edge on it.
Right. It's, you want to clean it up. We always say take the ugly out of it.
Right.
Do things that we do now in a car, especially a high-end car that we kind of take for granted. We wanted to take this car and do those things to it so that you could clean up those lines. But you still leave the 71 Corvette's got some of the best lines of a car ever made. It's just lower and sleeker, and then of course all the modern drivetrain and chassis and all that stuff are inside of it too, so it drives like a new car.
And I love that hood, right?
Yeah, that's the L88 hood, and so you used to have the flip-up wiper door right up there in front of the windshield that was vacuum operated. It was the worst design ever.
Right.
So now all that's gone and the hood's all elongated, so it looks like it's OEM factory that way, but there's a lot of work that's been done there too. And
those are rally wheels, but they're aluminum.
Yeah, EVOD made those for us, so those are 19-inch versions to look kind of like a modern version of that original rally wheel. And we actually had Roadster shops set the track width on the wheels so that we got that beauty ring look. So you got just a little bit of lip. You don't have the big fat lip, and you don't have the little, no lip like a new Corvette has. So we actually that was actually thought of in the very beginning to give us that beauty ring look to those rally wheels.
Absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
Now, what I like about this interior is again, you didn't lose the feeling of this Vet, but yet it's all modern and just a touch of custom hot rod to it, It is. Like the owner, when he came to us, he said he wanted to keep the outside of the car real kind of true to the 71, but he wanted to clean it up. But on the interior, he's got a brand new Corvette, and he wanted that new supercar feel when he got inside. He wanted it modern. But we couldn't do a retro outside and a new interior. It looked like two cars, slammed together. It's all got to be cohesive. So we brought some of the outside in, we took some of the inside, we took it on the outside of the car. So everything is very modern. It does kind of have that muscle car-y C7 Corvette feel to it. We took a little inspiration on the gauge cluster from the new Camaro. I mean, there's just nice little pieces in there that just kind of tie it all together. It's very welcoming. It is. Right? And
it is. It's really comfortable.
I bet. It looks like something you want to get in and drive.
Yeah, and we did a lot of work, on these old Corvettes, leg room and stuff is just horrible. They're like go-karts inside. So we actually went in, floors, firewalls, been moved, everything. I'm 6'2", and I can get in and out of this thing, and it's very comfortable to drive, which is, not something that you normally get in a classic Corvette.
And you nailed the fact of the matter is when you do it right, you do something that doesn't change it too much, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you made enough changes to make it go wow, but yet again, you didn't do the Corvette summer. You didn't jump the shark, as they say.
Exactly. It gives you a modern feel, but you don't look in there and think, Daryl Starbird bubble top car, there's nothing like crazy in your face when you look in there.
Right on. I like that information center. I mean, that's really modern too.
Yeah, and this is something we did everything on this car. We did the touchscreen, the programming. This is a one-off system that we did. The cool part about it is the car is wired with an American powertrain wiring harness. It's not like a complete custom wiring harness like ISIS Power and those guys use. So you can wire up your car with a normal wiring harness, and then this basically takes the spot of your buttons and your switches, and also your auxiliary gauges. So instead of having to have those up here in your face with the cluster, you can have that on that same screen. The vintage air, everything in the car that's electrical is run from that screen. And the graphics are all done so that it gives you an OEM feel. It's got the name of the car, the colors. It doesn't look like a bolt-in.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It's totally
and that lets
OEM.
you, like you said, that lets you clean up that gauge cluster so you don't have that whole dash in front of you full of gauges.
Yeah,
right?
and you don't have all the buttons and everything here, and your door panels don't have all your power window switches and all that. So it gives you a really clean everything.
Start button.
Yeah, you got push button start. You got all that stuff is there. This car's RFID technology, so when you walk up to the car, just like a new Corvette, it senses the key fob, the doors activate. I mean, everything is just like the new car. Yeah, this right here, of course, the owner of this car lives in Texas. Anybody who knows anybody from Texas, you got to have your gun in the car. So this guy wanted James Bond style. Of course, SEMA wouldn't let us have the actual pistol in there, but a 357 long barrel Magnum pistol goes right in there, and he's got his bullets and everything right there. Dude. And that's all can be done from the touch screen as well. There's actually a button on there that says security, and when you push that thing opens up. So there's your security right there. Dude, and then when you close it back up, I mean, if you didn't know that was there, it just disappears into the dash.
It sure does.
So we always like doing little one-off stuff like that. You know, customers get a kick out of that stuff.
I get a kick out of it. It's not my car. I got a kick out of it.
Well, another cool thing about this is, you know, under the hood and all this, there's no battery, there's no fuse panels under here. If anybody's ever had to work on one of these, you know, they crawl up under the dash on a Corvette. You want to kill yourself trying to get in there and change the fuse. So everything is in a drawer behind the seats in this car. So you tilt these forwards, you hit a button, that drawer slides out. Everything that's electrical is right there. Fuses, relays, everything. And it makes maintenance on this car extremely easy. So that was something we put a lot of work into, but you know, forever, he can change a fuse in 30 seconds now instead of having to pull seats and crawl up under the dash.
But not just the work, the thought.
Right.
It was well thought out.
And it cleans everything up. The rest of the car, you don't have all that stuff, you know, kind of stuck in corners. It's all hidden back there behind the seats in that finished out compartment. Last thing you want somebody to open the hood and you run down the highway.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
So basically what you got here is a GM Performance Parts Crate LS7, custom pulley system on it, and then a polished Magnuson TVS 2300 supercharger. So you're getting probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 horsepower. As soon as we get back from SEMA, it's going on the dyno, so everybody can get all nice and tuned in, and then we'll have actual figures on the engine, but you're gonna be somewhere close to 700. Behind that, you got the T56 6-speed gearbox.
Jeff, thanks so much for giving me time again. Anybody you need to give a shout out to, or if somebody are interested in having a pistol mount put in their Corvette, who should they contact?
Contact Heartland Customs. We're in Purcell, Oklahoma. Our website is www.heartlandcustoms.us. You can email us at info@heartlandcustoms.us. Phone number is 405-527-4526. I also want to give a shout out, of course, to C-Tech for being awesome to us and letting us put their car in the booth. We have a lot of other sponsors, Corvette Central, the National Corvette Museum, Lingenfelter, all those guys, Roadster Shop. They did the chassis for this thing, so it performs amazing. So I want to thank all those guys. Go to our website, check out their stuff, let us know if we can do anything for you.
Facebook, you got that?
Facebook, it's Heartland Customs is the Facebook right there. You can check out that. We're also on Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Folks, there you go. Let's go. That's just one cool 71 Corvette. Jeff's a great guy, good shop builds, obviously thinks outside of the box. From SEMA 2015, hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya.